Hey, I'd like to welcome everyone who's tuning into One Earth Live. I'm here with Mensa Tsedze from Togo. He's the regional director for Earth Guardians out there and been working on a bunch of amazing projects. I've had the pleasure to meet him a few times, and yeah, I'd love to welcome you to One Earth Live. Mensa, and I'm excited to bring your voice into the conversation we've been having here around what this time means for humanity. And so, yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Um, Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to join this conversation. It is a great pleasure for me to be on this bar with you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're in such an interesting time collectively as humanity right now, facing so many challenges in the face of this COVID-19 situation. And I think one thing that I've been curious about is what have people been spending their time on and focusing their energy on for this last few months as the world has been shifting its behavioral patterns. So what are some of the things you've been focused on for the last few months during this COVID situation?
Okay. Uh, that's true. All the humanity face this great challenge of COVID. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to send all my condolences to the families of those who lost some loved one during this pandemic. And this moment we have everything shut down. In Africa, where most of the economic is working on the informal sector, many things are actually down. So we haven't any activity on the field. Online working is not something developed in our area. So basically, most of things are shut down actually. But at our level, at Earth Guardian Africa, we are working tirelessly since last year on a big project, I can say, of tree planting in Togo. So during this moment, we focus really on this project, and I can say we have take advantage on this situation on working hardly on this project.
That's amazing. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to see some of the work you guys have been putting into the tree planting initiative there in Togo. It sounds like an incredible project. And so, how has your work on that shifted during this, the time of COVID? How are you changing the ways that you work on this project? Because I know that it's a community-led project. So, what are some of the ways you're adapting your processes?
Yes, and during the COVID, it is difficult to go to meet people in community, plan together with them. So we create some kind of groups because we have at least WhatsApp in our region. So we have this possibility to organize some communities to work on the project, so we can send them some question about their community, about the project, about the kind of tree we are preparing to plant there. So all of them, even specialists, technicians, or even people in the communities can together give the point of view on the project. So is that way we collect information from the base and we work, yes, to plan the project in the.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's amazing seeing how people are adapting and innovating ways to work on things that they're passionate about during this time. And I think it's so important that we stay focused on the things that light us up and that keep our spirits alive. And so, just wondering, what are some of the things that you've been doing personally to deal with the situation in isolation and to cope with the what's going on in the world?
Please come again.
What are some of the things that you have been practicing yourself to keep your spirits high, to keep your motivation high, your inspiration in the face of this challenging time? Because it's more difficult to work now. So how are you keeping your spirits high?
Okay. To keep the hope, to keep the motivation, you must be aware about a better future. You must be able to see beyond the COVID. So is in that way we are trying to motivate ourselves. We are trying to find a better in ourselves to work, to continue working during this crisis, to prepare for a better world after COVID. And some of the objectives we are working on in our project is also a kind of motivation for us, because this project will bring a lot of job in our community. And if you know about Togo, is one of the countries where more than the half are living under poverty. So this project is something very significant for our community. So yeah, so we are working tirelessly to keep hope to see this possible after COVID.
Yeah, I would love to hear more about how the project started up and how you got the idea to work on the project, and also what some of your key outcomes are with the project. I've been lucky enough to see that, but I think it would be great for you to share what some of the things you're working on are there.
I'm not sure if I hear you well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know a little bit more about how you started the project there in Togo. Like, what was the initiation for that?
Okay. Okay. This project is a great project, I can say, because it's a project which will plant 1 million trees and beyond and more. So we organize communities to plant trees in the land. So these communities will protect this tree for at least 25 years or 30 years. So associate to this tree planting, we will create a job through all the activity from nurturing to planting. We create some direct job in this project. So we will also involve different people, youth with different skill, to work with us during this project to develop their skills, and we will also train some entrepreneurs in the communities to see beyond wood selling or charcoal selling, and to keep and protect the ecosystem. So basically this project will create a kind of green economy and circular economy in the different regions. It will be implemented. And more than that, we all know that all the good or the wealth of tree for the humanity. So it is a great opportunity for us to restore our ecosystem, to increase the biodiversity, and to sequestrate carbon, atmospheric carbon. That these projects mean a lot, not only for our country or our community, but for all the world.
Yeah, it's incredibly important work that you guys are doing out there, and it's very inspiring to see how active you are during this crisis as well. And I think it's one of the things that's been giving me hope while I'm here in isolation in Australia. And so I'm curious, what are some of the things that you have seen that give you hope, outside in the world?
Wow. Something gave me hope outside in the world. I can say the strength of people. They are very confident during this pandemic, and the fear is not spread. So everybody keep strongly, and for sure will face the situation and overcome it. And I can see also some people engage and be really aware about the changing, aware about how the world must change, or how they can contribute to protect the future generation. All that gives me hope that the fight we have started can be a good fight.
Yeah, I think you point to that awareness as being really key,
Yep.
cultivating that understanding of what a new way of life can look like, moving from COVID forward. And so, what do you think are some of the things we need to do collectively to change our behavior moving forward? What are some of the ways we should be changing our behavior moving forward so that we can have a more sustainable and thriving future?
Okay. In other words, I can say COVID-19 is an opportunity for the human to ask himself some question, to see the luxury in which we are living, or to redefine their priorities. Before COVID-19, something we are thinking is priorities. Finally, we realize that is not priorities as we think. And also the humanity must realize that we are just part of the system. We are not managing the system. And at ecological way of saying, I can say we are at the same level like this virus who are causing many damage for this humanity. And if we as human, we have not destroyed the natural habitat of these viruses and bacteria, we will be not infected by them because they have their own host different from us. It's because the natural hosts are endangered or disappear, that they are trying to find some new hosts. And in this case, they start causing many damage to humanity. It is also an opportunity for us to rethink the way of development, how we are developing our countries. We must realize that the linear development, the linear way of developing is not fit with the need of is not fit with the need of the next generation. So we have to opt for the green economy to develop sustainably our countries, our economies, and be able to give a future to the next generation, to give a future to our children. Collectively, we must also recognize that we all are in the same boat, and we must work together to save the earth, because all the pandemic we are facing is environmental or climate related. So we need to work to continue the fight against climate change, to continue the effort to restore the biodiversity and to protect the ecosystem. And this will be very beneficial for them. Humanity will be very benefit for all the countries worldwide.
Absolutely. I think something that you said that really sticks out to me is that we have to remember that we're part of the system, not managing it, and realizing that we are just one piece in this natural system, and we have to learn to exist in harmony with it, in symbiosis. I think another thing you said that's really important is that we need to see how these issues are interconnected, and draw the parallels between what we're facing with this crisis and the environmental crisis. And I think you said that really well. I guess looking forward, it's interesting to see the direction we are moving, and I feel like we can go, one way or the other at this point. There are so many key decisions that are left to be made, and just wondering, what is your take on the position that we're in right now, and how do you see, what lessons do you think there are to be learned from where we are right now?
How to learn about how we are right now. As this situation really gives us a lot of lesson, and also, as I said, we have to realize and redefine our position. We have to be conscious about the fact that we are all connected. This is important. We are all connected, and our action, our behavior are impacting the world, and the action and the behavior of others are also impacting us. So we need to realize that we need each other, and we must work together around the world. And this situation also learn us many things from some moral lesson, how life can easily go. If we see some people, we are very strong, who are affected by the virus and not support it, it was very horrible, and we must learn from this how to spread love. This is important for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said we have to understand how much we are all in this together, and I think it's very evident in the way that our behavior affects our community right now. And if we go outside, we are endangering the people who are closest to us. And I think that we need to continue this awareness and this care for our community moving forward. I think that's a really powerful point. I feel like we've covered a lot of really interesting things. Are there any kind of just general thoughts you have about this situation, or about the work you're doing, that you feel like you want to share before we wrap it up?
General about the situation, I think this, at least the virus will not go soon, so we need to live with it. We need to learn how to live with the virus and start taking our precautions to prevent it and not to spread it. And also, whatever life is going on, so this will not prevent us to save the planet. This will not prevent us to plant trees. This should not prevent us to do what must be done for a better world.
Really powerfully spoken. I appreciate you lending your thoughts and your ideas to the conversation. I really have admired the work that you've done over the years that I've been able to see what you've been working on, and just really want to thank you and honor you for the work that you've done so consistently. And yeah, really grateful for how much you are uncompromising in your commitment to helping and to uplifting this planet for the future generations. And yeah, I'd love to just extend my gratitude to you for joining One Earth Live and for sharing your ideas. I look forward to working together more in the future, and I really look forward to learning more about your projects as well. Is there a way people can check out the project you're on, or they can check?
Yes, absolutely. People can check out the project on the website of Now, Generation Now, and the project of Earth Guardian. You can check the project there. You can click on Earth Guardian under menu, and you can check our projects there.
Fantastic. Yeah, so go check out Mensa's work on earthguardians.org. Go down to the side menu. Or you can check out Generation Now, which is a project we've been working on together. And so, yeah, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. There's a bunch of amazing content on the platform. Go and have a look through all of that. Hope you're enjoying the live streams. And yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.